In this video, we're going to be adding and subtracting fractions. And when adding and subtracting fractions, we're going to need a common denominator. And we're going to find the least common denominator. In 1, we have find the least common denominator of 5 over 6 and 2 over 9 and 10 over 27. And the first thing it wants us to do is list the multiples of each denominator. So the first denominator we have is 6, and then it's 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, and 54. And then for 9, we have 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, and 54. And for 27, 27, then 54. And then the question asks, what is the smallest number in common in each list? And the smallest number in common in each list is 54. So that's going to become our least common denominator. In 2, it says perform the operation 5 over 6 minus 2 ninths plus 10 over 27. And it says write each fraction with a least common denominator. And if we have 5 sixths and we want a common denominator of 54, we're going to have to multiply 9 times 6. And whatever you do to the denominator, you have to do to the numerator. So we're going to multiply this by 9 over 9. And then we have minus 2 over 9. In order for 9 to get to 54, we have to multiply it by 6. So we're going to have 6 here. So we're going to multiply by 6 over 6. And then we have plus 10 over 27. In order for 27 to get to 54, we have to multiply it by 2. So we're going to multiply the numerator by 2 as well. So we're going to have 5 times 9 is 45 over 54 minus 2 times 6 is 12 over 54 plus we have 10 times 2 is 20 over 54. And now that we have a common denominator, we can add all the numerators. So we have 45 minus 12 is 33 plus 20 is 53 over our common denominator of 54. In 3, we have performed the operations 1/8 minus 1 1/3 plus 2. And the first thing it wants us to do is find the least common denominator. And we're going to want to also write this mixed fraction as an improper fraction. So we can say that this is equal to 1/8 minus 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4 divided by 3 plus 2. And we could write 2 as 2 over 1. So we're going to write the multiples out of 8 and 3. So we have 8, 16, 24. And then we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and 24. And 24 is going to be our least common denominator. Now it wants us to write all terms as fractions, which we've done above. So we have 1/8 minus 4/3 plus 2 over 1, and this is equal to, now it wants us to write each fraction with the least common denominator, and we have 1/8. In order for 8 to be 24, we need to multiply it by 3. So we're going to multiply by 3 over 3 minus 4 over 3. In order for 3 to become 24, we need to multiply by 8. So we're going to multiply 4/3 by 8 over 8 plus 1. In order for 1 to become 24, we're going to need to multiply it by 24. So we're going to multiply 2 over 1 by 24 over 24. And this is equal to, we have 3 times 1 gives us 3 over 24, minus 4 times 8 is 32 over 24, plus, and we have 2 times 24 is equal to 48 over 24. And this is equal to 3 minus 32 is equal to negative 29, plus 48 is equal to 19 over our common denominator of 24. In 4, it says fill in the blank so the resulting statement is true. When reducing a fraction to lowest terms, blank the numerator and denominator by the same number. And we're going to divide. So our statement reads, when reducing a fraction to the lowest terms, divide the numerator and the denominator by the same number. In B, it says, when writing an equivalent fraction, blank the numerator and denominator by the same number. And we want to multiply. So writing an equivalent fraction, multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number. And we saw this to get a common denominator. The least common denominator is necessary when blank fractions, and it's when adding or subtracting. So the least common denominator is necessary when adding or subtracting fractions. And that's our video on adding and subtracting fractions.